Good morning, Namaste. Welcome to our Sunday service this morning. Wherever you may be on your spiritual path of awakening and enlightenment, you're welcome here at Namaste. We're so glad to have you with us today. We will have a special service today. It's a Taze service, which will be facilitated by our Namaste practitioners. Before we do that, we will have a short meditation. But afterwards, I will have a personal share, and then we will have the invocation. So I invite you to settle into your seats with your feet on the floor, and you're feeling that support of the seat and the floor beneath your feet. I invite you to take a few deep breaths. So let us breathe in, breathe out. As you breathe in, do the breath with the count of 4, and when you exhale, you also do it with the count of 4. Let's just release and let go of all the stuff that may be stuck inside. Wherever you feel any tension, breathe into that area. Wherever you may, this is a special day, and we want to release anything that no longer supports us. As Rumi said, your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. You can make yourself feel better with these simple gestures and your breath and your own breath. Let it calm you down. Let it give you a feeling of safety. You're here for yourself. And as you as you release yesterday and even this moment, you allow your full attention to come into this day, this hour, this time. Turn your full attention to this wonderful day. Let your heart open and make room for all the good the universe has for you to come into your life. All is well. Come from that wonderful, caring spot of your heart. Stay centered and love who you really are as an expression of the divine presence. Know that you really are a divine, magnificent expression of life. No matter what is going on out there, you are centered. I invite you to repeat after me. I am loved and all is well. I am loved and all is well. I am loved and all is well. Getting in touch with your heart center allows you to listen more deeply to your inner knowing and connect to the flow of life. I invite you to listen to that small inner voice within. I am loved and all is well in my life. I am loved and all is well in my life. I'm at peace and all is well in my life. I am at peace and all is well in my life. As we bring this special time to a close, I invite you to come back into your body and become aware of your surroundings, feeling that presence supporting you as you come back into your space. I would like to share with you a few thoughts about my recent experiences. Um, I'm a senior citizen, and I live in a senior community, and I have a number of friends in the community who are homebound because of health restrictions, primarily. And when I became aware of the COVID-19 situation at hand, I had a little resistance to staying in because I related that to being homebound. And but I decided that I was going to have to do some deeper inner work to find if there were some answers to where I was at. So I did. I continued my daily spiritual practices of praying, meditating, but I also did some research into some of the pearls of wisdom that have been shared with us in recent years by some of our modern day gurus, such as Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, and Marianne Williamson. And what came to me is that whatever I am experiencing in life is only temporary, that there's always a beginning as well as an ending to every experience that I have in life. And what was important for me to realize is that is to stay in the now, to stay in the moment, as Eckhart Tolle has mentioned several times over the years. I also realized that to seek the kingdom of heaven. And where is the kingdom of heaven? It's within. So I turned within and sought the kingdom of heaven. The wording is seek the kingdom of heaven and all else shall be added unto you. So I was supported by that presence of spirit and experiencing a sense of peace, a sense of serenity, and knowing that all was well in my life. So I was happy to be able to look at the greater picture of my life. I would like to take us into prayer now. Let us just turn within and feel that oneness of spirit. Feel that peace and love of spirit emanating throughout our entire lives. I want to just speak a special word for our nation at this time. I know that peace prevails, love prevails, for that divine presence is everywhere present. I know that all is unfolding for the highest and the very best in everyone's lives, that peace is prevailing across the land with everyone. I know that all who are on the front lines are being surrounded by this white light of infinite love and are protected and supported as they go about restoring peace. I know that all is well with our Namaste community and everyone in our Namaste community. We are so blessed to be a part of this community, to be so blessed to be involved with the continued growth, our spiritual growth, supporting one another with that endeavor. I know that all is well and continues to be so, for truly Spirit for truly Spirit is with each of us, blessing us and supporting us. I know that Spirit blesses our service this morning and all the practitioners who are supporting the service, and Tori, our technician, who is supporting our community with the service today. I know that God blesses Reverend Bobby and her family where they may be, knowing that all is well. And for these many blessings and more, I do give thanks that this is so, and so it is.
Good morning, Namaste. Thank you, Chuck, so much for your share and the beautiful meditation. We just are grateful to be able to come together virtually and continue to delve into science of mind together and support community. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
So welcome, everybody. So good to have you with us. Part of the process today of our beautiful service unfolding, you can put that back up, Tori, is the who we are as Namaste. And I invite you all at home to repeat this with me. Let's all read it together. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you, which is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we recognize that we are one. Namaste. Our purpose as a community, one of the centers for spiritual living, is that we awaken to the truth of us that we are divine, spiritual beings having this human experience, that we realize that and as a result transform our lives. And we get to repeat that process all the time. For me, it's often minute by minute some days. So as a community, we have a purpose statement that we came up with, and I want you all at home to read it with me. I learn practical science of mind tools and practice in a loving, connective, and vibrant community to reveal my power and change my life. This stuff works. All of us will tell you this stuff works. So one other announcement or two, the June schedule for our Zoom happy hours is on our website. Please note we have a couple of nights where we won't be meeting on those Tuesdays at 8 p.m., but a very exciting end to the month with an activity plan for June 30th. The other announcement for today, we are so excited to have Alan Arnett back with us as choir director. If you're interested, please contact Julie Bathke by email or Marilee Adler by email. There's going to be a Zoom rehearsal on June 11th at 6 p.m. So now is our time to enter into a more deep experience under this Taizé service. I invite up for this next portion, Miss Valerie Day. Hi, Valerie, take it away.
Hi, Candace. Good morning, everybody. As I was getting ready this morning, I was feeling really grateful because I haven't gotten all prettied up in a long time. So thanks for being a reason that, I did my hair, my makeup, and got dressed nice. And, it's like fun to dress up for church, right? Or like you guys, be home in your jammies. So I appreciate both avenues. I've enjoyed watching church remotely as well. But I'm really delighted to be with you guys this morning. And I want to give a special thanks to Candace and Tori, for running point on the technology and, doing knowledge share with Reverend Bobby to create a seamless experience for us this morning and give, Rev Bobby that break that she needs. And as Candace mentioned, our theme is listen to your heart. And one other thank you, this is our first time. It's a big deal that Chuck was live with us today. And Deborah really shepherded that. And so thank you, Deborah, for having Chuck in your backyard. And what a great way to see meditation in the backyard. So just, I'm grateful. Lots of additional thank yous that I wanted to give. So our theme is listen to your heart, and our entire CSL organization is on this theme. And our journey today is to be just a bit quieter, more contemplative. So the invitation is just to slow completely down and listen deeply. And the invitation is just listen with your heart. And while we certainly miss Kong today, he is such a gift to our community. And we absolutely adore him and wish he was with us. We're in good hands. We have some of my favorite New Thought music today. We're going New Thought old school with songs from Ricky Byers and Jamie Lula and Nikki Harris. And I can remember when I first walked into the doors of Agape back in 1999, it was really the music that ministered my soul, even more than the message. So today, while it's not Kong and while our technology might not make the music as perfect as we're used to having it, I invite you to let the music minister your soul. And before I kick off with our first song, and then I'm going to do a little share what came to me this morning, as, we're deeply grieving and in like civil unrest, and really trying to make sense of this escalating racism and violence. The song that we have, Pray For Me, is perfect. But what came to me this morning while I was getting ready is, and it's so appropriate, I remember it was probably back in 2005 or 2006, Joanne's listening class. Joanne Bourgeois, for those of you who don't know, has taught probably 90% of the practitioners at Namaste and is a teacher of practitioners. She taught for years this listening workshop, and it was a deep listening workshop. And I remember being in her workshop and some issue, I don't even know what the issue was. Let's just say, money, whatever issue that I thought I had solved and was over with had come up again. And there was that level of frustration that, how could I be here again? And Joanne said, this is new. Joanne in her wisdom, reminded me that this is not that same issue. This is brand new. You're new. The issue's new. And, it just came to me this morning as we're dealing with this unnecessary death that feels like the same issue that, let's come to it today new. And so the invitation, well, there's lots of opportunity to take action, which is highly important to take action. Today, we're going to move to the inside and we're going to listen, and we're going to start off with Pray For Me. And this is a beautiful song by Ricky Byers. So let the music minister to you this morning. Pray for me when my heart is sinking fast and holding on to what I thought would last. Oh, lift me up when I can't let go. I'm wrapped in love when you pray for me. Pray for me when things turn upside down. All seems lost with no light to be found. Oh, lift me up and I will find a greater peace as you pray for me. Pray for me and I will make it through. From this place, I can see what is true. There is a blessing in beyond the veil of death. Pray for me, oh, pray for me. I'll pray for you, and you pray for me. Oh, pray for me, and I will make it from this place. I can't see what is true. There is a blessing in every way. The love that's real beyond the veil. Pray for me. Oh, pray for me. I'll pray for you, and you pray for me. I'll pray for you, and you pray for me. I pray for you, and you pray for me. So, a little short reading today is from Mark Nepo's 7,000 Ways to Listen. I think it's page 17, but it's the online version, so it might be a different page. And hopefully I can gain my composure. I'm a little emotional today. There are small pressure points of residual feeling that lie in our bodies. Small pockets of trauma that hold the sediment of the stories that have shaped us. We carry these residual feelings like emotional time capsules whose small doses of healing are released when we bump into life unexpectedly. It's natural to recoil from the rupture of these potent feelings, but it's the meaning carried in them over the years that begins to heal us. Understandably, we avoid the sharpness of direct experience, but listening to the depth of feeling that surprises us and to the tears that want to surface is a significant way to bumble into the moment where everything touches everything else. Often, the only way to welcome this is to summon the courage to relax our heart back open after we, in surprise and fear, constrict. And why I was moved by this is because I've had personal experience with this, and I'm experiencing it right now. And I haven't been feeling well for the last few weeks. I'm on the other side now, but I'm going through, I'm a deep healing, and old wounds are being looked at. And it's no accident that on the outside world, what do we have going on? Like, you know, it's pretty intense out there. And that's been the intensity with which I've been healing these last few weeks. And to have Mark Nepo put into words what I'm experiencing, you know, it's so beautiful to have that synchronicity in life. And so I don't think I have anything more to share on that other than I think this deep healing, it's old, wounds, stories, history, and so that's why I haven't been feeling well when he says there are small pressure points of residual feeling that lie in our bodies, small pockets of trauma that hold the sediments of the stories that have shaped us. So, if stuff's going on in your body, if you're feeling uncomfortable, if you're feeling anxious, if you're not feeling well, the invitation is to listen with your heart. And maybe, as when we put on this Pray For Me, maybe you find some music to sit and let it nurture your soul and listen to the message that your body has for you. Listen to what are those old crevices and messages that you need to know. Because to find the courage and the voice to speak up and to transform what's happening out in the world and this disgusting racism that's going on, we gotta start right here. We gotta listen with love to ourselves. If you can't even listen to yourself with love and pay attention to the pain in your own being, how can you do that outside? So my invitation is to listen deeply and to find ways to nurture your soul and listen with love. And so with that, we're going to have our second song of the day, and then Candace is going to come up and lead us in a beautiful guided meditation. Our next song is Something's Calling Me from Jamie Lula, and just a beautiful song. So thank you for letting me share. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being such a precious and beautiful community. And we will listen to Jamie Lula, Something's Calling Me.
Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feel like I'm walking on marbles. Can't steal the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound. And everybody said, something's calling me. Little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me. Little bit deeper than I've ever been before. All dark night my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. God is everything and everywhere that I belong. Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Something's calling me. Little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me. Little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, pull me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I know I'm not the only one to live inside these blues. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you. Oh, love is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Compassion's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My faith keeps calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been before.
So, welcome, Candace. Perfect
Thank
timing.
you. Thank you so much, Valerie. That was a beautiful reading and share, and most appropriate for this time. And what beautiful music you helped pick out for us. I'm really grateful. Really grateful. So, our Namaste family, that song by Jamie Lula, Something's Calling Me a Little Bit Deeper Than I've Ever Been Before. Doesn't that fit perfectly for our world today? And so, with this next few minutes, I would like to take us on a guided meditation. So, just focusing on your breath, slow your breathing down, slow it down. Gently let your mind become silent and your thoughts come to rest. See all that is before you in self-forgetfulness. Become one with all. Observe yourself in your favorite outdoor setting, somewhere by the ocean, the mountains, the desert, wherever that is. That place where you experience joy and peace and calm. Cast your eyes off into the distance, as far as you can see. Observe what is there, noticing the detail as much as you can for that distant horizon. And now bring your focus back to what is immediately before you in this beautiful setting that you have brought to mind. And in that setting, what catches your eye? What is that object that is captivating your vision right now? Whatever that is, notice its color, the shading of it, how the light hits it. Look at the shape of this object that you're admiring now. Feel yourself becoming one with this object. Now listen deeply for the sounds within you. And listen for the sounds that surround you. Here is calm so deep, grasses cease waving. Wonderful how completely everything in wild nature fits into us, as it truly is part and parent of us. The sun shines not on us, but in us. The rivers flow not past, but through us, thrilling and tingling, vibrating every fiber and cell of the substance of our bodies, making them glide and sing. Feel yourself one with all. You are solid as the granite rocks and boulders. You are flexible like the trees that sway in the wind. You flow like the rivers on this journey called life. Breathe in deeply and slowly exhale. Again, breathe in deeply and slowly exhale. Give thanks for this time in nature and gratitude for this experience of the divine creative that we are. This creativity that allows us to see beyond appearances. Give thanks for this picture in our minds of the resilience and the strength and the power that is all around us. So I invite you now to bring your attention gently and slowly back into your body. Take a deep breath in and out. Perhaps wiggle your toes and fingers, sensing the chair below you and your feet on the ground. Open your eyes, and when you are ready, Deborah Bongard, our beloved practitioner, is going to carry us into the next part of our service. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you, Candace. That was beautiful. And it was easy to pick something around me to concentrate on since we're outside here. And so as I take a breath, as I come back from that beautiful meditation, it's my pleasure this morning to share a reading with you. And then we will take some prayer requests, and then I'll do a treatment. I do have to say that the choosing a reading today was hard. I was having a hard time figuring out, like, what did I need? What do people need? There's so much going on in the world. So I found this wonderful book by Billy Avery, and it's Billy spelled very differently. So you might only find the book by the title, which is called An Altar of Words, Wisdom, Comfort, and Inspiration. And what she does is she picks a word, and then she writes a little bit about the word, And then she invites you to put it on an altar, which is a new way of thinking about an altar. So for those of you that already have an altar in your home, I invite you to consider this new way of thinking of your altar. And for those of you that don't, you can have an altar in your mind. And so I chose 2 words from the beginning of her book, and I'm going to read those. The first word is activism. Just when does one decide to devote her life or some part of her life to activism? I can't recall ever hearing a child say, "I want to be an activist when I grow up." What transforms regular, hardworking citizens into dedicated, passionate activists? Perhaps it is anger, fuming in the blood, that makes us resist the injustices hurled at members of society. Perhaps it is the high standards of excellence that we hold for our society to be better than the best, with integrity and respect for everyone. Whatever the cause, we never know when the moment will come that an issue emerges as a burning passion, and we commit ourselves to making sure the world knows about our issue. Activism and activists help make the world a better place. Many important changes have been made because something clicked and made people see the picture more clearly, focusing on the vision of what could be and how changes can lead to a better society. We must celebrate our activists. They are trailblazers who are not afraid to speak out, stand up, and challenge the status quo. They do their work today and create a place for volunteers later. Activism leads and inspires change. The activist's passion provides a driving force for the rest of us. We all have some parts of activism within us. Very few people don't have strong feelings about something. Some of us are quiet activists, keeping our feelings to ourselves and using our quiet strength and resources to advance our issues. We all need to seek ways to be activists and support activism. As you add activism to your altar, think about and feel the passion of an issue that is important to you. And then the second word I picked for today was agency. Agency. Regarding the relationship between people and the universe, it is clear that we are all conduits for the sharing of knowledge, power, and energy. Each of us has something to contribute that is unique and enlightening. Each of us has agency. Agency is the power within us to change ourselves and the world around us. Connecting us with our sense of agency takes us on a lifelong journey of empowerment for ourselves and others. Agency is one of the most precious gifts and one of our most awesome responsibilities. We embrace agency each time we take a child's hand to lead, teach a person to read, reach out to help, or listen in an active, supportive way. Active listening is a gift that enables us to support each other in a special way. It requires that we be present and listening while the energy of attention works its healing powers. We extend the gift of agency by becoming a conduit for a course of action. Eye contact and supportive nods without interruptions. Silently let the person know you hear her loud and clear. The affirmation of presence helps each of us hear our inner answers to our questions, see the path to our solutions, and visualize ourselves in a better place. Talking, listening, seeing, and feeling create the conduit for change and growth, which is the primary mission of agency. As you place agency on the altar, think of ways you have been an agent and a receiver. Keep the energy of that feeling with you throughout the day. I especially was thinking of Valerie and talking about her listening and Joanne's class that we took with listening. And it is a wonderful skill to share with another, to be heard. What a powerful thing that is. And so right at this moment, I'm going to invite you to, if you wish, to type your prayer requests into the comments box. I don't promise that I will specifically address every single one, but as we say in Namaste, speaking your word is powerful. So I invite you to speak your word now. I'm going to play a song while we allow each of us to share our prayer requests. I invite each of you to hold those requests closely in your heart as we share our love and support for each other. And then in a few minutes, I will also do a treatment for all of us.
Someone's in need of a prayer today. Have you done your part? Someone's in despair this day. Have you prayed from your heart? So many are trying to find their way, and they need your light, you know, for our prayer of love. It lifts them high, it heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. Our prayer of love, I know it carries every day. It heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. Have you spoken the word today? Did you give your all in prayer? The world is in need of a what do you say? Did you answer the call and pray? You see, so many are seeking the way to go, and they need your light, you know, for our prayer of love. I know it carries them every day, it heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. Our prayer of love, I know it carries every day, it heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. And you are the place you need to start. So throw open your mind and use your heart. And don't waste the time and don't delay. So many are in need of a prayer today. Somebody is in need of a prayer today. Now have you done your part? You see, somebody's in despair. They say, did you pray with all of your heart? Now just listen to the Spirit. It's telling you to heed the holy call for our prayer of love. I know it can. Every day it heals them, sustains them, and it sets them free. I know a prayer of love. I know it can. Every day it heals them, sustains them, sets them free. I know.
And so I invite you, as I turn down, that was Nikki Harris, for those of you that are interested in the songs. Nikki Harris, Someone Needs a Prayer. And I think a lot of us could use prayer today. That's for sure. And so I invite you to take a breath with me. Take a breath. As I enjoy this beautiful yard that I'm sitting in right now, outside in the air, hearing the birds, hopefully hoping a plane won't fly by in the next few minutes. As I take a breath. And I lean into all of those requests that have been written today, that have been spoken, all those requests in our hearts, whether they're expressed or not. I breathe in and know that in this moment, there is life expressing. That as we as a country are going through so much right now, whether it's be fear for COVID or fear for our brothers and sisters out on the streets, whether it be pain or anger or frustration, perhaps fear over a family member or loved one. I saw some prayer requests for sisters, mothers, a daughter, pets. That love that connects us all. I hold that in my heart today, right here, right now. I hold that in my heart, knowing that each and every person here is an expression of that one life. And that today especially, as we come together, let us remember our power in this. For our power is who we are. As we choose our actions and our words, as we choose to question, perhaps something we've never questioned before, or perhaps choose to take a different path, instead of assumptions to listening, instead of quiet to speaking up, or perhaps instead of speaking up to being quiet. And so today I invite you to listen, whether it's listening to another or listening to your heart or listening to the birds. Listen. Listen as we step forth into this world, and as we listen, let us know the peace and love that God is. Let us remember that as we look into another's eyes, that is the face of God, and that they are needing prayer also. As we humbly remember that it is not about us. It is not all about me, for you are the face of God. You are the love and peace that God is, as I am. And so I invite us all to step into that knowingness for ourselves, to ever more deeply remember that that oneness that encompasses all is the truth of who we are. And it is our lives expressing. It is your life expressing. It is my life expressing. And so today, especially, I take a breath and lean into that peace ever more deeply. Lean into that fear ever more deeply. For as I look on it and call it what it is, I remember that in this moment, I am safe. In this moment, all is well. All is well. As we loop back around to Chuck's beginning meditation, all is well. And so I give great thanks for this knowingness, for this remembering of the love and peace and joy that God is, for my remembering of my humanity as I know it and remember it for another. And I release this prayer, knowing all we have done today is remember what is absolutely already so. And so it is. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Deborah. Reading your comments as you all type them in and your prayer requests move me deeply. I get the honor and privilege of taking that with me into my prayer week. And at this time, Tori, I'd like to invite everyone to, if you're able and you'd like to tithe to Namaste, on our website homepage, you will find this symbol for Give Plus. That's a way that you can tithe to Namaste. We are a community that has a spiritual practice of gratitude, and we are grateful for all that we have, and we practice the law of circulation. So thank you, all of those of you who are able to tithe. We are definitely blessed by that giving and receiving that is God operating in, as, and through us. So I want to thank everyone who participated today, our beloved community and practitioners. I am so blessed to be a part of this group. So our benediction that we will all read together: peace, faith, and power are within me, for they are the witnesses of the inner spirit of truth, love, and wisdom. I am at peace with me and all that responds to that great calm of the inner soul, which knows its rightful place in the all good. Power is born from within me and passes into my experience without effort or labor. I rest in this faith and peace, for the inner light shines my next step as my soul illumines the way. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Tori Sina, for being our director today. Fabulous job. Everyone have a wonderful week. We love you, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.